Good morning students. Hope you have seen last two videos of our chapter 7 journal entries. Today we are going to start our next video on journal entry with the topic bad debt. Okay, what do you mean by bad debt? Bad debt is an amount which is irrecoverable from debtor. It is a loss for business, therefore we will debit bad debt account and credit the account of debtor. When we sold goods to someone and he is unable to pay that sum to us, so what we will do, we will debit that amount in the bad debt account. Bad debt account is that amount which is irrecoverable from our debtor. So entry will, because bad debt is an loss for business, so we will debit bad debt account and we will credit debtor account. There are two conditions for bad debt. One, when the whole sum of the whole sum which is receivable from the debtor is not recoverable, and when the partial amount is recoverable. So our first case is when partial amount is irrecoverable. It means if the total sum of debtor is not recoverable, means a little of amount is recoverable from that person. The amount recoverable from that person we will write in front of cash or bank, in which way we receive that amount. If we receive cash, we will debit cash. If we receive check, we will debit bank. Bad debt account debit the amount which is not recoverable, that amount which debtor is unable to pay. Okay, let's take an example. We sold goods to Mohan of 2000 and Mohan become insolvent and only 50% of amount is recoverable from that Mohan. So what will be the entry? Cash account debit 1000, bad debt account debit 1000, to debtor 2000, because Mohan is standing of amount 2000 in our books, but half of the amount is recoverable from him and half of the amount is non-recoverable from him. Second entry is when full amount is recoverable, then we will put all full amount in bad debt account. Like example of Mohan, if whole amount of 2000 is non-recoverable from him, then we will debit bad debt by 2000 and debtor account by 2000. Here is another example. 500 due from Ramesh are 5000 due from Ramesh are irrecoverable. So we will debit bad debt account 5000 because it is an loss for us, and to Ramesh because it is an debtor for us 5000. Next entry, Sohan is a debtor for us, is declared insolvent and received only 50 paisa in a rupee of a debt of 1000 rupee. Means for every rupee we have debt on Mohan, we will receive only 50% of it. So total amount payable by Mohan to us is 10,000. How much he paid? He paid only 50 paisa per rupee, means half of the amount he paid and half of the amount he not able to pay. Here we will debit cash account by the amount we received and bad debt account that the amount we not received. Next is bad debt recovered. A debtor whose account was earlier written off as bad debt may pay the amount partially or fully. The amount received or recovered is a gain for the business because debtor account was earlier written off as loss. As we seen, we debited the bad debt amount in last, but in some cases after some time the debtor is able to give us the amount due on him. Let's take an example. If Mohan is insolvent now and we debited whole of his amount in bad debt account, but after some time Mohan found that he is able to pay our money back, so he given half of that amount to us. Let's say we debited 1000 of bad debt for Mohan, but he is now able to pay 500 more to us. So what business will receive? Business will receive cash or bank, and in which form? In bad debt recovered. So bad debt recovered is an gain for business, as we studied earlier, that all losses and expenses we debit and all incomes and gain we credit. So we will credit bad debt recovered, and what business received? Cash account debit or maybe bank account debit. Let's take an example of it. Received cash for bad debt return of last year. Last year we debited bad debt amount by 700, or we return of a 700 in last year. This year we recovered that amount, so business will receive cash from that, and in which form? Bad debt recovered. So bad debt recovered, as I told, is an income or gain for the business, because that amount we already put it in bad debt. It is and ascertain that it is a fixed loss for the firm. It is not recoverable at any time, but now it is recoverable, so we will take it as income for business. Our next point is a discount. Discount is of two types, and first thing is discount. What do you mean by discount? Discount is a little reimbursement or maybe so little rebate for us which we got from the seller, or from sometime when we purchase good we also get discount, and when we sold goods we also give discount to the purchaser. So it's an rebate or maybe so goodwill gesture we provide or get a little amount of discount. Discount is of two types. First thing is trade discount. Trade discount is a discount allowed by the seller on the purchase of goods in large quantity. It is normally allowed by the seller to the purchaser who sell goods to the consumer. Trade discount is for resellers basically. As I purchase goods from wholesaler and I sold goods to the retailer, so I am reselling the goods. So I am a middleman. So I will take a bunch of amount or take a lots of amount of goods from that wholesaler. So when I purchasing a bunch of goods or a lots of goods from the wholesaler, it will provide me a trade discount, which is maybe 10% or maybe 20%. And same thing, maybe I also allow trade discount to the retailer. So it is basically only when we purchase goods in large quantity, that time seller or allowed a trade discount which is directly minus from the amount. Example is Amar sells goods to the Vikas of rupee 10,000, allowing in a discount of 20%. So Amar sold goods to the Vikas and allowed him a discount of 20%. So we will direct minus from it. Here we did not mention it in journal entry, as we mentioned about cash discount earlier, discount received or discount allowed. Here 20% of 10,000 is 2,000. So the sale amount for Vikas is 8,000 now. And as we know, Amar sold goods to Vikas. So entry will be Vikas debit to sales, but the amount will be 8,000, not 10,000, because we will directly minus it from the amount, and we did not mention here about the trade discount. We did not mention about trade discount. We will direct it, minus it from the amount. Entry for Vikas because he purchased goods from Amar. Purchase account debit to Amar 8,000. We did not need to mention trade discount in journal entries. Next thing is cash discount. In case of cash discount, we need to mention it in journal entries. So cash discount allowed by the seller of the goods to encourage, promote or earlier payment. It is normally allowed a percentage of amount received, say 2%. Cash discount is basically for cash purchases. If we are purchasing goods on cash basis, so or maybe by bank, by instrument, basically mean we are paying at the time of purchase. So seller will allow a little amount of discount to us to promote the cash based purchase. because in case of credit purchase, seller need to hold his money on us because he is selling goods to us on credit. So in case he is receiving money earlier at the time of purchase or sale, so we don't need to hold our money on creditor or debtor. So for discount received, their entry will be creditor account debit to cash account or bank account to discount. Means we need to pay creditors, and when we need to pay him, the entry will be creditor account debit to cash account, but we are not paying full amount of cash. We are receiving in a little amount of discount from the creditor. Let's take an example. We are need to pay 10,000 to one of our creditor, but he allowed 2% discount to us. It means 2% of 10,000 is 200. So how much we need to pay now? It only 9,800. Same it will go with discount allowed. When we are selling goods to someone, means we will receive money from that person, which we call debtor. So we are going to receive money from our debtor, but debtor paid money at the time of the purchase, so we allowed him a 2% discount. Take an example. We sold goods of 1,000 to the debtor and allowed him a 2% discount on the amount. 2% of 1,000 is 20 rupee. Now he need to pay only 980 rupees to us. So this is what we mean about cash discount. Cash discount is allowed to encourage or promote of early payment. So debtor or creditor does not need to hold money on anyone. Our next topic is goods given as charity or goods donated. Goods donated is not a sale of good, but an expense for the business. So as we know, we debit all expenses and losses and credited purchase instead of cash, because we are not paying or donating cash. What we are donating our goods. So what business will lose? Goods. So as we know, whatever comes in, we will debit, whatever goes out, we will credit. So what goes out from the business is goods, and we don't know the name of the goods, so we will use purchase instead of goods, instead of name of that good, because we don't know that name of the goods. Next thing is good costing Rs 500 given as charity. As I told earlier, here is the same entry, but this time it clearly mentioned that we did charity, not donation. So we will take charity as an example. Charity account debit to purchase account of 500, because we donated good costing of 500, so we will take purchase instead of cash. If we donate 500 in cash, then we will use cash instead of purchase. Next thing is distribution of goods as sample. Goods are distributed as sample to the encouraged sale. Many times you found that some of the goods on the grocery shop that are not for sale, only for sample purpose. Those are the free goods which are provided by the firm to promote his goods. So it will expense for the firm. What type of expense? Sale promotion expense, because they are promoting their goods. So what we will debit? Sale promotion expense, because it is an expense for the firm. And what he is losing? He is losing not cash but goods. And we don't know the name of the goods, so we will use purchase instead of name of the goods. Our next point is loss of stock, theft or fire. Means loss of stock by theft or fire. So in case of loss of stock by theft or fire, like if some of our employee theft our goods, or maybe an uncertain event like fire, or maybe any uncertain event happened, what the firm lose? Firm will lose their goods, and it is then loss for the firm. So any loss or expense, as we know, we debit, and what firm losing is purchase. because we don't have the name of the goods, so we will use purchase instead of name of the goods. Loss of stock by theft or fire account is debited because the loss incurred means an increase in expense, and purchase account is credited because goods destroyed. As we told, in case of decrease in good, we will credit purchase instead of cash or any other things. As we told, loss of stock, because stock theft or loss by fire, so we will decrease it by crediting purchase account. In case of goods were insured and claim is lost. So next thing is, if we have an insurance policies for our stock, what we will do, we will claim insurance company debit, by which mean by our loss, the loss of stock or of loss of stock by theft or fire account. In earlier entry, we submitted our claim to the insurance company. Now, when the amount of the claim received from the insurance company, we will receive bank or cash debit to insurance company. From whom we are receiving our claim? From insurance company. And in what form? In bank account. As we know, whatever we receive, we will debit it, whatever it is cash, whatever it is bank. But this is an entry when we receive our whole claim. In case of when we not received our whole claim, when the insurance company does not pay full claim, the amount which we received from the insurance company and the remaining amount which we did not receive from the company, we will ascertain it is as loss of stock to insurance company. Sometimes we lost our goods in transit also, like we have warehouse on outer of city or somewhere, and our goods need to come in city for selling purpose. In transit, we lost our good by any means, by theft or by anything, so we will use loss of stock in transit account to purchase account. Here is an entry, good stolen in transit. Here is stolen means theft. So our good theft by someone, so it is an loss for us, loss of stock in transit account debit to purchase account. But here it is, a new thing is SP and cost. The cost of goods we lost is 6,000, and the selling price of those goods means we sold that we are going to sell those goods in 8,000 after adding a profit of 2,000. So when we lose our stock, we will use his real cost, not a selling price. We did not debit our profit in it, because profit without selling is not possible, and we did not sell those goods till now, so we will not use profit in it, we will use cost 6,000. Next thing is, goods uninsured of 300 were destroyed by fire. As I told, if we have uninsured goods, then we will put whole the amount in loss of stock by fire account debit 3,000 to purchase account. But in case of our good is insured, then entry will be good costing 1,000, damage by fire and insurance company accepted claim of 800, and check is received from the insurance company. So how much goods destroyed in fire? 1,000. So entry will be loss of stock by fire account to purchase account. Next thing is, we need to submit our claim to the company. Entry will be insurance company debit to loss of stock by fire 1,000. How much amount we received from the company? 800. As I told in earlier entry, whatever amount we received, we will debit it, and remaining amount we will put in loss of stock to insurance company. Here is the entry is bank account debit 800. We are receiving 800 from that firm, and in loss we will put 200 to the insurance company, because we are receiving money from the insurance company.